Welcome to another exciting episode of Nature Uncovered. Imagine discovering a civilization with millions of citizens. A society where every individual has a specific job, where cities are built underground, where armies defend their nation without fear, where farmers grow crops, and where some species even keep livestock. It may sound like a science fiction movie, but this civilization is real, and it's happening right beneath your feet. Ants have lived on Earth for over 100 million years, surviving mass extinctions, dramatic climate changes, and the rise and fall of countless species. Today, scientists estimate there are around 20 quadrillion ants alive on Earth. That's roughly 2.5 million ants for every human being. Yet despite their overwhelming numbers, most of us know almost nothing about them. How do millions of ants work together without a leader giving orders? How can a tiny insect carry objects many times heavier than its own body? And why do scientists believe that ant colonies are among the most successful societies nature has ever created? Today, we're entering the hidden world of ants, a world filled with intelligence, teamwork, warfare, farming, engineering, and survival strategies that continue to amaze biologists around the globe. By the end of this documentary, you'll never look at a line of ants the same way again. When people hear the words queen ant, they often imagine a powerful ruler giving orders to her colony. But the truth is far more surprising. The queen doesn't command the colony. She doesn't tell workers where to go. She doesn't organize the soldiers. And she doesn't decide what every ant should do. Her main role is one thing, and one thing only: to lay eggs. In many species, a healthy queen can lay hundreds or even thousands of eggs in a single day, depending on the species and conditions. Over her lifetime, she may produce millions of offspring. Everything begins with a special event called the nuptial flight. On warm, humid days, young queens and winged males leave their colonies and take to the sky. After mating, the males soon die, while the newly fertilized queen lands, sheds her wings, and searches for a safe place to start a new colony. Alone and vulnerable, she digs a tiny chamber underground. There, she survives using the energy stored in her body while caring for her very first eggs. Weeks later, the first worker ants emerge. From that moment on, they take over every task: finding food, expanding the nest, protecting the colony, and caring for future generations. The queen rarely leaves the nest again. In some species, she can live more than 20 years, making her one of the longest living insects on Earth. But here's the most incredible part. Even without a king, a government, or a central commander, the colony grows into a perfectly organized society of thousands, or even millions, of ants. So if no one is in charge, how does every ant know exactly what to do? Imagine trying to coordinate millions of individuals, without speaking, without texting, without a leader. For ants, this isn't impossible, it's everyday life. Instead of words, ants communicate using chemicals called pheromones. These invisible scent signals act like messages. A worker ant that finds food lays a pheromone trail on its way back to the nest. When other ants detect that trail with their highly sensitive antennae, they follow it. If they also find food, they strengthen the trail by adding more pheromones. The stronger the trail becomes, the more ants follow it. This simple process allows an entire colony to discover the shortest and most efficient route to food, without anyone giving instructions. But food is only one message. Different pheromones can signal danger, call for help, identify nestmates, or even mark territory. Scientists have discovered that many ant species can recognize members of their own colony by their unique chemical scent. If a stranger enters the nest, guards often detect the unfamiliar odor within seconds and react immediately. Each ant only responds to the information around it. Yet together, thousands of these tiny decisions create astonishing organization. This behavior, known as collective intelligence, has fascinated scientists for decades. In fact, computer engineers have even designed algorithms inspired by ant trail behavior to help solve complex routing and optimization problems. No single ant understands the colony's entire plan, but together, they create one of the most efficient societies in the natural world. To most animals, a single ant is almost harmless, but to an entire colony, one ant is never alone. The moment danger appears, certain ants release alarm pheromones, powerful chemical signals that spread through the colony in seconds. Almost instantly, hundreds or even thousands of ants respond. Each species has developed its own strategy for survival. Some ants bite with powerful jaws. Others sting to defend their nest. Some species spray chemicals, such as formic acid, to discourage attackers. And then there are the legendary army ants. Unlike most ants, army ants don't build permanent nests. Instead, they travel in enormous colonies, forming living structures with their own bodies and moving together in massive hunting raids. As they advance across the forest floor, countless insects and other small animals flee their path. But perhaps the most remarkable part isn't their strength. It's their teamwork. No ant waits for instructions. Each one simply reacts to the chemical signals around it, and together they behave like a single, coordinated superorganism. Scientists often describe an ant colony this way, not as thousands of separate insects, but as one living system, where every ant plays a vital role. For a creature just a few millimeters long, it's an extraordinary achievement. Humans began farming around 12,000 years ago, but one group of ants mastered agriculture millions of years earlier. Meet the leafcutter ants, nature's original farmers. At first glance, it looks as though they're collecting leaves for food. But here's the surprise. They don't actually eat the leaves. Instead, worker ants cut pieces of fresh vegetation and carry them back to their underground nests. There, they chew the leaves into a soft pulp and use it as a growing bed for a special type of fungus. That fungus, not the leaves, is their primary food source. Over millions of years, the ants and the fungus evolved together in a remarkable partnership. The fungus depends on the ants for protection and fresh plant material. The ants depend on the fungus for nutrition. Neither can survive in the same way without the other. Even more impressive, the colony carefully maintains its fungal gardens. Workers remove infected material, clean the growing chambers, and help protect the crop from harmful microbes. Some leafcutter ants even carry beneficial bacteria on their bodies. These bacteria produce natural compounds that help suppress certain fungal diseases, keeping their gardens healthier. It's a level of farming that includes planting, maintenance, disease control, and harvesting, all performed by insects with brains smaller than a grain of rice. Nature achieved sustainable agriculture long before humans ever planted their first field. What if I told you that some ants don't just hunt? They raise animals. It sounds unbelievable, but it's completely true. Many ant species have developed a remarkable relationship with tiny insects called aphids. Aphids feed on plant sap and produce a sugary liquid known as honeydew. To ants, honeydew is an energy-rich food. Instead of hunting the aphids, the ants protect them. They guard them from predators such as ladybirds and lacewing larvae. Some ants even move aphids to healthier plants when food becomes scarce. When an ant gently taps an aphid with its antennae, the aphid often releases a droplet of honeydew, which the ant quickly collects. It's one of nature's most fascinating examples of mutualism, a relationship where both species benefit. The aphids receive protection. The ants receive a dependable source of food. Some colonies even carry aphid eggs into their nests during winter, keeping them safe until spring arrives. When the weather warms, the ants return the young aphids to fresh plants, where the cycle begins again. It's an astonishing level of care and organization. Without schools, without books, without technology, these tiny insects have developed behaviors that resemble farming and animal husbandry through millions of years of evolution. An individual ant is surprisingly limited. It has a tiny brain, its memory is short, and by itself, it can accomplish very little. So how can millions of these tiny insects build underground cities, find food across vast distances, defend their homes, and care for future generations? The answer lies in a concept scientists call a superorganism. Instead of acting like separate individuals, an ant colony functions as one living system. Think of it like the human body. Your heart pumps blood. Your lungs bring in oxygen. Your brain processes information. Each organ has a different job, but together they keep one body alive. An ant colony works in a remarkably similar way. Workers gather food. Nurses care for the young. Soldiers defend the nest. The queen produces the next generation. No single ant controls the colony. Yet together, they solve problems that no individual ant could ever solve alone. Researchers have even observed ants forming living bridges with their own bodies, allowing nestmates to cross gaps. Some species create floating rafts during floods by linking themselves together, protecting the queen and young until they reach dry land. These behaviors emerge not from planning or leadership, but from countless simple interactions between individual ants. It's a powerful reminder that in nature, cooperation can be just as important as strength. The next time you see a line of ants crossing a sidewalk, take a moment before you walk past. You're not looking at random insects. You're witnessing one of the most successful civilizations in Earth's history. For more than 100 million years, ants have survived asteroid impacts, ice ages, climate shifts, and dramatic changes that wiped out countless other species. Today, they live on almost every continent except Antarctica. They build complex underground cities, communicate through invisible chemical signals, defend their colonies with extraordinary teamwork, farm fungi, protect aphids for food, and solve problems together without a central leader. Scientists are still uncovering new discoveries about these remarkable insects, and every year we learn a little more about how such tiny brains can create such extraordinary societies. Perhaps the greatest lesson ants teach us isn't about strength. It's about cooperation. Because in nature, success doesn't always belong to the biggest or the strongest. Sometimes, it belongs to those who work together. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden world of ants, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us here on Nature Uncovered. Every week, we explore the astonishing secrets of our planet, from the deepest oceans to the smallest creatures beneath our feet. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and never stop uncovering nature's greatest mysteries.